Hey, welcome back to Paranormasight. It's me, Cheesy. And when we last left off, we were Yumeko, I believe. I still don't know why it's red. I guess it's just their color. He's orange, white, and blue. Anyways, Yuza, we kind of figured he was special in some shape or form, and he's an 800-year immortal, apparently. Yuza heads out with Azami to go diving before he suddenly mentions something he must do. Before returning to the island, the pair go to a certain location at sea. Okay. Vision of the future. August 7th, 1980X. Toba City. So, what's this important thing you have to do, Yuza? Sounds like it must be a pretty big deal. It is. I just hope you'll believe me. Listen, and don't fly off the handle. Oh shit, he's about to fly off the handle. Oh. Please forgive the interruption. I have an important announcement to make. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. Everything is ready for you to proceed. On August 7th, upon returning to Kamishima after his dive, Yuza Minakuchi embarks on the fight of a lifetime. For unbeknownst to him, at this precise moment in time, a slew of predicaments would await him everywhere he turned. As for this really important thing he has to do, that is of course preventing the tragedy of Kamishima from coming to pass. The advent of the 400-year-old curse of the raging waves draws nearer Kamishima with every passing moment. Even so, do try to remember that Yuza's true aims are to locate a mermaid and uncover the truth about his mother. Will Yuza Minakuchi succeed in overcoming these challenges and fulfilling his objective, you ask? That is entirely up to you, and the actions you choose to take from this moment forth. Thus concludes my announcement. I wish you good fortune. You just randomly... What did we tell him? What? You think Kikuko is plotting to work a curse that'll cause a massacre on the island? Yes. You might find it hard to believe, but I'm sure about this. You're gonna have to give me a second to take this in. This is way heavier than I was expecting. I mean, a curse? I know I told you about the Tomokazuki and all, but... how did you even find out about this? Have you got any proof? Well... I saw the future with my own two eyes. But I'm afraid I don't have any proof I can show you right now. You saw the future? Yuza, if this is some kind of prank, you better cut it out right now. Seriously, this shit isn't funny. If you're gonna be fooling around, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Do you think it's easy for me to call someone I'm on friendly terms with a murderer? I couldn't say something like this unless I was dead certain. I need you to trust me on this, Azami. Before it's too late. Oh man, you're not making this easy, Yuza. I mean... No, I understand. I won't ask you to believe me until I can present you with solid proof. Until then, I still need your help. I can't just sit back and let this happen. Okay, I won't try to stop you, but I'm not doing anything drastic till I'm sure we're doing the right thing. That's all I needed to hear. Thanks, Azami. But for real, what's gotten into you, Yuza? What do you mean? I know you're headstrong and all, but this is way beyond what I'd expect from you. It's like you're a totally different person. Come on, you're exaggerating. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. Well, somewhat. Man, oh man. Am I gonna dive? Huh? What are you two doing here? And what's with that getup, Yuza? Don't tell me you've been diving. Kikuko, Do you have a minute? I heard you were heading out to the northern shore to fish in the bay today, so I came out to find you. Where'd you hear that? I only just decided that this morning. I didn't even tell anyone. Ooh. Man. Can I get your thing? I can tell Azami's trying to believe in me. That's a good start, at least. It is. Yuza, are you sure about this? Just so we're clear, I'm leaving the talking to you. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Do we? We're on the northern side of Kamishima. Not many people come here to fish. Okay. Right, this is where it all begins. This is my chance. Okay. I have to find a way to change the future. But I don't have any evidence, and I doubt I can just talk Kikuko out of this. You don't do something like that on a whim. Whatever her motives are, they must be powerful. Even if I somehow manage to get her cursed stone, there's still the risk that whatever destructive impulse has a hold of her would drive her to make the tragedy happen some other way. Yep. That's why my best bet of containing the situation is to try and distract her. Going to change the future, one step at a time. There's no rush. After all, since we came here instead of heading back to the port, things are already different. It's true. We've done different things. A sticker? Oh my god! That's number 11. Let's go. Who are you? Minis? Mimikin Minis. Love it. The Pompadour? Fantastic. I wish we had pompadours. Nothing else I can look at. The sky? No. Kikuko is looking at us suspiciously. But I guess that's to be expected. We surprised her here alone, after all. Then I said some crazy stuff. Hand mirrors. Or diving. Let's talk diving. So, were you really off diving? You sure you should be doing that? If Chie finds out, she'll give you an earful, no doubt about it. Don't I know it? Seems everyone thinks I bring this island bad luck just by being here. Yuza. Well, sure, some folks might say that, but it's not as if you've done anything to deserve that kind of talk. I don't see a problem with you becoming an Ama diver myself. I appreciate that. Just today, plenty of folks told me not to go diving because of a storm's on its way. But when they don't talk sense, I just ignore them, and so should you. I've been wondering. Are you unhappy here on the island, Kikuko? Huh? What makes you think that? I don't know. I just get the feeling you're not planning to stay here as an Ama diver forever. Ha! You normally play the fool, but it turns out you're pretty sharp, Yuza. Truth is, I can't help thinking of the future. You can earn a decent living as an Ama diver if you know what you're doing. But all these old rules and customs tend to get in the way. I've been trying to change them here and there, but it's no good. Everyone's too stubborn to listen. I see. No luck, huh? Mark my words, nothing's ever going to change around here. Just between you and me. As much as I love being surrounded by nature on this island, the culture here just isn't for me. So, that's how you feel. I mean, culture's pretty restrictive. Honestly, I'm about ready to break ties with this place. Not that anyone else needs to know that. Don't go spreading it around now. Yuza's just like, yeah, I guess so. Frankly, I have no idea you are so interested in diving, Yuza. Okay, fine. Her office work days. So, Kikuko, when you left the island, you did some kind of office work, right? Huh? That's true and all, but why are you asking? I was, just wondering if you might have preferred your life back then. I mean, you must have had more opportunities to meet people and go out on dates and all that. Stop right there, as if I don't hear enough of that as it is. What's it got to do with you anyway? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I was just wondering if you still kept in contact with anyone. Sure, a few people. Just a few. Would you say any of them had a big influence on you? Huh? Seriously, what's all this about? Nothing. Really, just curious. Yuza's just getting really, really personal with everyone right now. I don't want to put Kikuko on her guard, though. I'd better opt for a subtle distraction. Right. Hand mirrors. You've been passing Kamishima hand mirrors around to everyone, right? Yeah, I have. Sounds like someone keeps their ear to the ground. So, how many have you given out? Who's got one already? I don't know. I haven't kept track or anything. But if I had to guess, I'd reckon it'd be about 20 or so. Why, though? You want one too? If so, I'll get one to you later. Oh, no thanks. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay. There's more talk of hand mirrors. Suit yourself. They're pretty sweet little items, if I do say so myself. Okay, fine. Her office work days. Listen, working for that company wasn't exactly a huge break in my career. All I did was pour tea and answer the phone. Huh. Anyway, Yuza, did you really come all the way out here just to chat? Yes. Something like that. But I've wasted enough of your time. Thanks for hearing me out. Come on, Azami. Let's go. If you're sure. See you later, Kikuko. She's suspicious. Because Yuza's doing completely out of the norm things. Right. I know we just got back. But there's no time to waste. We've got to track down and collect all the Kamishimaru mirrors Kikuko handed out as soon as possible. Huh? Why? If I'm right, those mirrors are actually the targets of the curse. No way. Seriously? Still, man, all this curse business is a bit much. Look, given what people think of me, I'd have a hard time handling this on my own. I'm going to need your help, Azami. I guess we'll have to try and convince everyone the mirrors are defective or something, but we'd better not let Kikuko find out what we're up to. Yuza, I want to believe you, and I'd like nothing more than to help you out. But before I lift a finger, there's something I've got to know. All right. See, I've got a pretty good idea of what made you change out of the blue like this. You do? When you were diving before and you came face to face with the Tomokazuki, something happened, didn't it? He figured it out. No, maybe. Maybe he did. You haven't been the same since then. And come to think of it, does this have anything to do with your search for a mermaid? You're right. I should have told you the full story to begin with, and I've been in such a rush. Got ahead of myself. You're right, something did happen to me, and I'll tell you all about it right now if you want to hear. I'm all ears. First of all, tracking down a mermaid is still my end goal. That hasn't changed. At least, something's still the same. But what I'm trying to do right now started when I found out about the danger Kamishima is in, and realized that I had to do something to prevent it. Are you with me so far? Sure, if I knew the island was in danger, I'd want to protect it too. But how did you find out about that anyway? Earlier you said you saw the future. When did that happen? It was when I encountered the Tomokazuki. The moment our hands touched, everything went dark, and then the future unfolded before me. Huh, so it was kind of like a vision from the Tomokazuki. A warning? That's exactly what it felt like. A stream of images filled my mind all at once, together with a rush of understanding. Yo, it was the opening when, well, opening. It's when everyone was just cut down randomly, and I was like, why is everyone dead? That's crazy. It's like they were imprinted into my memory. I don't know how it works. But I believe what I saw. I know what's going to happen here on Kamishima if I don't do something to change it. So that's what started all this, huh? Yuza, did you know there was a Tomokazuki there? Is that why you picked that spot to dive? No, it's like I told you. I was hoping to find a clue there, since that's the spot where I encountered a mermaid once before. I never would have dreamed I'd end up seeing a vision of a tragedy like that. For all I know, this might have nothing to do with mermaids at all. But now that I know about it, I can't just forget it, can I? Of course not. And now that I know the full story, you can count on my help too. So seeing as Kikiko is the culprit, I'm guessing we need to collect those hand mirrors to save everyone? Yeah, but she's not the only threat. There's more to this. More? There are actually 2 calamities on the horizon for Kamishima today. 2? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. The first is the massacre caused by Kikiko's curse. And the second is the curse of the raging waves, which has been brewing a violent storm for the last 400 years. It's gonna hit the island tonight. Huh? Now you've lost me again. I can't keep up. For starters, why is this happening on the same day? I do know. I get the feeling it's just an unfortunate coincidence. And there would have been nothing we could do about it either. But since I've been forewarned, I have a chance to prevent it. I'll explain the rest on the way. There's no time to lose. We have to track down every last one of those mirrors. I'm starting to think I am that funny guy in the water. What's his name? The Kikuko blah blah? But, oh, wait, what is this? Oh, it's true, I can't choose the other thing yet. But that was interesting. I think... Should I continue with Yuza? Accepted fate. Oh, accepted fate. Wait, also, what's going on here? Ah, yeah! Oh, people do not like. Oh, shit. Okay, we're gonna read these another time, but that'll be an exciting time, to be honest. All right, I guess I'll just continue with Yuza. You accepted fate. Several days after the night of tragedy, Yuza is lost in his thoughts, alone on the beach. He's like, whoa, I didn't do anything. Awesome. 1980X. Morning. Date unknown. Oh, I'm still alive. It's true. It's been 1 week since the night Kamishima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing, and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity caused a huge stir when news broke about what happened. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown, and the investigation is ongoing. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it was just a short dive from the shore. Damn. So the aftermath, huh? Uh-oh. Sometimes I think about the plans we made to have fun here, and I wonder how that would have gone if things hadn't turned out the way they did. I guess there's no point in thinking about that now, though. Can't look at it. Is there stickers? Please. Put a sticker on the floor. Or on the rock. It's all I care about. Hair and traditional clothes. You know, I think to myself. Oh, I can think about everything. Culprit behind the massacre. We still don't know who the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin, was. The investigation is proceeding under the assumption that it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so word doesn't get out that it was caused by a curse. Yeah. Many people tried to escape the island by sea that night, but most of them ended up getting caught in the storm and going missing. Could the culprit behind the massacre have been among them? I think so, actually. Curse of the Raging Waves. The same night as the attack on Kamishima. Oh boy. A massive storm caused by the curse of the raging waves broke out in the sea to the south of the island. It seems the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold back the curse by itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and are still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterwards, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their homes, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also completely destroyed. Great reminiscing. Everyone was made painfully aware just how fearsome the curse of the raging waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There's still an eerie rumbling coming from the sea, and no one knows when another storm might strike again. Everyone here is still on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. Yeah, good times. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the curse of the raging waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm, and went around apologizing to everyone in its wake. It seems they're still planning to find a solution, though, and have asked for my cooperation. The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed, and left the town in tatters. Things are barely functioning right now. Everyone is somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently going to take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kamishima the moment they could, citing what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. Most of those who stayed are already trying to put the tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Although they've been bombarded by accusations and demands for them to take responsibility, the Wakamuras have been busy doing what they can. Yeah. Following news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. Perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's done. Mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts has been flooded with orders. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I don't have much to show for my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful, to say the least. Looks like I really am hopeless without Azami. Damn. About Asami and Tsukasa. Damn. Azami and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now. But I'm told Azami was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa, as though he tried to protect her to the very end. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. Damn. Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kamishima, Satoshi Hiranami apparently gave herself over to the assassin and left the island with them. I don't know if whoever she sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end. I'm probably never coming back. But either way, they took a chance of my seeing her again with them. All right, interesting. Locked a past recollection chapter. Yuza Minakuchi, you leave. I doubt I'll ever meet her again. Damn. Jeez. Well, that was a bummer. After all that happened. Once again, the only one left alive. Well, I don't know if alive is the right word. I did get my head cut off once by the curse, after all. But to be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do, despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. It seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they have planned for me, but whatever it is, I intend to accept it. Party time. Thank you, everyone, for everything. What? Goodbye. Oh, it's just over. Oh my god. Oh, I just don't do the thing anymore. All right, Yuza, you're being incredibly sad with yourself, but it's fair that you failed in that timeline. I am curious about this. You leave. Yuza Minakuchi. Recollection. Approximately 1 month ago, having only just returned home to Kamishima, Yuza Minakuchi goes to the roof of the Kentekisho ruins for some time alone, only to find Sato Shiranami there. Huh. This happened a month earlier. July. That's different. Who's this pretty immortal lady? Huh? There's someone already here? How unusual. Whoa, you scared me. Darn, I didn't think anyone else would come here. Oh, I take it I'm not welcome. I didn't think there would be anyone else up here either, so that makes 2 of us. So, who are you? I'm Yuza Minakuchi. I recently moved back to Kamishima. Ah, so you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it? Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Sato Shiranami, right? Mr. Wakamura's relative? Nice to meet you. Wait, how do you know who I am? That's kind of creepy. You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure almost everyone here knows who you are. Is that so? I'd rather not stand out. It's a small island. Word spreads quick about who comes and goes. Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone. I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. I'll just be over there looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you? Fine. This is interesting. I'm just behind her. Rest spot. Yeah, let's look at surroundings. You can see all the way from Ise Bay out toward the Enshu Sea from here. It's a great view, but that doesn't mean I want to share it with anyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come here that often, so I sometimes come here to unwind. Damn. Why that girl be there? There are a lot of reefs in the area, and the tide is strong, so it can make for tough sailing. But from here, it looks as tranquil as can be. Alright. There's a rest spot there, but there was also the island. You can see all the way across the Atsumi Peninsula in Aichi from here. I heard the observation post was originally made to oversee Irago on the opposite shore. So I guess it makes sense that it would be built somewhere with a clear view of the area. Yeah, I guess so. Rest spot. They build a rest spot for any tourists who come up here, but it doesn't see much use. Wait, we don't use it? Yuza. Sato Shiranami. I hear she's a relative of Mr. Wakamura's who will be staying with him for a while. But apparently no one's heard of her, so the island's rumor mill's been working overtime ever since she's arrived. Things have calmed down a bit now, but when she first showed up, she knew so little about how things work that the gossip was that she was some sort of sheltered princess. That, or she'd been raised by animals. Well, sheltered princess is not wrong. Even now, she spends most of her time cooped up at the Wakamura's, so the mystery has only grown. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. If she really is a relative of Mr. Wakamura's, I wonder what she's doing here. She's 17, just like Tsukasa, but it doesn't seem like she goes to school. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. Our boy's like, who gives a shit? Can I think more? Now that I have a better look at her, she's really tall, maybe even taller than Azami, and he's 173 centimeters. She said she doesn't want to stand out, but that's going to be tough at that height. I'd rather not stand that close to her, to be honest. Okay, what's going on, Yuza? She's been staring at the southern sea this whole time. Could it be that she sees something out there? Coming here always helps clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work just after 3 months. I went to a boarding school on the mainland for high school, so then it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Nothing's changed. It's almost as if time itself has stopped here. You could say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that means it's just as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe it's as good time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. Yeah. Is there still? I said I wouldn't bother her, so I should stop staring already. Yeah, fair. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. Never been really sure what I want to do with my life. Azami has always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I've always felt a bit jealous of that. After losing my parents in the disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. Horrible people, honestly. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point in me being alive. I've only made it this far because of my gran and Azami. I could never forgive myself if I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here, drifting through life. Not that there's much else I can do here. I've got to find some work here soon so they won't worry about me. I've always been good at swimming, so I've actually been thinking about ama diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed in her footsteps and became an ama diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. Though, I'd only be able to do it during the diving season, so I'd still have to find something else. Yeah, I guess so. Originally, I came back here to take care of Gran after her injury. Her condition's improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now and has even been handling the cleaning and laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. I'm still worried about her. Never know what could happen after all. It seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently, perhaps because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She's been a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk to about her shows, though. No, she got her. She got that girl. Azami was really happy to hear I was coming back to Kamishima. Even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. Top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. It goes without saying we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa has also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her, but maybe this is just part of growing up. Still, it's no exaggeration to say that it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. I won't do anything to let him down. Damn. That's a lot of appreciation. Right then. It's time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it all, maybe that would be for the best. Same thought's been lurking in my mind ever since that day. What's the point in living if I'm just going to cause trouble for Gran and Azami? Damn. Ah! Why would you do that? Time to think of how to make my own way through life now. That scared me, girl. Why would you do that? Wait, is there a sticker, though? That's no sticker. Yeah. Sticker? No. All right, well, fine. Whoa, when did she even get there? What do you want from me? Jeez, that gave me a fright. Made you jump, didn't I? You did. Of course you did. Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that. Haha, at least you admit it. You can consider that payback for before. Anyway, did you need something? All right, I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave. Huh? The name of the chapter is You Leave. Wait a second. I wonder what's the best move here, because I kind of want to tell her to leave. You know, I'll just tell her to leave. You leave. No, you're the one who should leave. It's fate, an immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago. Oh, really? I was here first, though. Isn't first come, first served also an immutable law of the universe? That's true. Okay, fine. I'll leave. Huh? You caved a lot faster than I expected. Still, I kind of feel bad for chasing you off like this. So you can have this Kamishimaru keychain. What can I say? I've wanted this thing for the rest, like since the beginning of this game. I picked up over there as well. Thank you! Pushing around random stuff you picked up off the ground into others now, eh? Still, who could have thrown such a cute keychain away? Nah, you didn't do anything wrong. But since you're offering... Yeah! Wait, what does that do for me? I'll be on my way as promised then. Sorry for the interruption. Sure. Huh? I see. So that's how it is, Is something wrong? Oh no, I was just thinking it must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright. That's none of my business, though. Bye. Whoa, how am I supposed to just walk away after you say cryptic stuff like that? But if no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply have to be on my way. Later. Damn. Can I do something different now? Because, like... It feels like there was stuff I could do. There's underwater gathering, something I want to do. Cursed. Time to meet up. Accepted fate. Guess it's elsewhere, I'm assuming. But, yeah. We'll see. Okay. We could go with... Possessions or Onoura Bridge investigation. Also, I kind of wanted to check something super fast. I don't know. Yeah, how do I look at my stuff? Wait, I'm holding the thing, but what does it do? Where can I use this? I want to do... Is it my keychain that we put in Azami's boat? Is that what I did? Onoura Bridge investigation. All right, let's Onoura Bridge it. While pursuing another case, Yumeko and her partner find out that the mermaid corpse discovered in Futa Migora is that of a woman named Azusa Somikawa. The duo try to figure out what to do next. All right. Love this bridge. Does it have a sticker? It should. It should have a sticker. Hey, my boy. Sticker time. What kind of bridge is this? Oh my god, I knew it. Hell yeah, Mockingbird number 7. Blues Cruise. That's incredible. It's incredible, really. Is there anything else? Is there anything else magical? I'm using my magic eyes. You can see weirdos that are non-human. Soto gives off the impression of being all business, but he often goes along with any suggestions I make to stop and take in the scenery. Despite appearances, I think he quite enjoys quiet moments like this. He always looked like someone who enjoyed quiet moments. I feel like that was the case. That's the vibe he gives me. After discovering the mermaid found in Futimagora this morning was in fact Somekawa's transfigured corpse, we headed to Ijika town for further investigation and are now on our way back. This feels like as good as an opportunity as any to take stock of our current position and talk about our next move. Yeah, I remember we had to change her, I guess, which was kind of weird, actually. I still don't know if that was the correct move. This large bridge spanning Onoura Bay in Toba City is known as the Onoura Bridge. I hear that the waters of the bay are rich in nutrients, making them ideal for oyster farming. You can see the rafts used floating in the bay. Ooh, oysters, very nice. Oysters harvesting only begins in October, though. So I'm afraid they're out of the season right now. They're out of the season, yeah, out of the season right now. Oh, darn it all. I knew Issei lobsters were only available from October, but to think we won't be able to eat oysters either? Please don't look so sad, ma'am. We can always come again sometime. It's true. You guys could just go on vacation for fun. Onoura Bridge. Notable for its distinctive white arc, Onoura Bridge is a 196-meter bridge spanning Onoura Bay in Toba City, Mie Prefecture. It was built to have no columns, allowing ships to pass beneath it with ease. The contrast of its white arc with the blue sea and sky and the green of the mountains paints a picturesque scene, making it popular with tourists. I had trouble saying that. The bridge takes its name from its role as a crossing over Onoura Bay, but the name is written with the character for hemp, sung of in old waka poems as a vessel for divine spirits. As such, the kanji characters that make up its name differ slightly from those used to write Onoura Bay. Interesting. Can I think more? As for why we're currently standing in the middle of the bridge, our driver overheard us talking about how impressive the scenery was while in the taxi on our way back from Ijika. They kindly agreed to wait to allow us to walk a bit and take in our surroundings from the bridge. The view really is amazing, though, and the bridge itself makes for a magnificent sight. It would have been even better if we'd been able to enjoy fresh oysters on top of that. Yeah. Well, that's how it is. The view really is amazing, though, and the bridge itself makes blah, blah, blah. If only. All right. Can I look at the bridge itself, or... No. Bridge itself is not a thing. All right, let's talk, boy. Now then, as much as I'd like to relax and enjoy the surroundings, shall we take this chance to review the current situation and talk about our next move? A sound idea, yes. First, Detective Ide contacted us this morning. I haven't seen him in so long, informing us that a mermaid corpse had been washed up in Futagamiura. However, when we went to investigate, we discovered that the corpse was in fact that of Miss Somekawa. Those whereabouts we were looking into. She had been transformed into a fish by a curse. Quite the troublesome development. She was shaping up to be a key figure in a number of incidents. With that in mind, the most likely culprits are the two foreigners we ran into the day before yesterday in Ijika. Yes, one of them was seen taking Miss Somekawa out to sea by boat. I regret not doing more to pursue them at the time. It's possible we could have saved her if we had. I'm sorry. That was poor judgment on my part. Then the other half of the pair was a young exorcist with ties to paranormal affairs. I believe her name was Circe, yes? That's also quite worrying. I wonder what she could be up to. If it turns out she's been using curses on ordinary people, we at Paranormal Affairs will probably be held responsible. Though I doubt the Bureau would agree to act as custodian for someone who would behave so recklessly. I'd like to believe some manner of circumstances are at hand, yes? Well, I suppose if anything happens, I can just get the higher-ups to take responsibility. That's what higher-ups are for, aren't they? Being responsible for their subordinates? Yeah. I think you'll find that's a saying used by superiors as a goal, not by subordinates to shirk responsibility. Oh, Soto. Oh, Soto. Yes, okay, it's the same thoughts. Despite her abilities, I doubt the girl would be able to use the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Regardless of who wielded it, I think it's safe to say that the curse stone was involved. That a curse stone was involved. Agreed. We have two people from the same town falling victim to the same curse, after all. I think it's reasonable to assume this was due to overzealous use of a cursed stone. Yes, the first victim was Tamiko Suma, who succumbed to the curse 2 days ago. The second was Miss Somekawa from yesterday. The state they were found in hasn't been publicly disclosed, so they're still being officially treated as missing. Still, a cursed stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish, eh? Is something wrong? The curse of the Forsaken Fish is one of the curses mermaids can use, you see. For it to have become a cursed stone, the mermaid in question must have experienced overwhelming resentment. An example might be if they were killed while bearing a powerful grudge against someone. That sounds like it would be a rare event indeed. Why do I get a feeling that there's a mermaid who died like that, though? Who was it? I feel like the name's on the tip of my tongue. Could it be a memory from that time? Although I imagine many of your older memories have faded by now. Oh shit. Is she also an 800-year-old? I have to try and remember. What was the name of the mermaid who died? What's her name? What's her... So it's Sobae, right? No, not Sobae. It's the other one. What's her name? Traditions, Tales of Issei? No. He hung out with the mermaids. Betsuo, 3 creatures. Invasion of Taishima. Princess Hatsune. Unrecent order, immediately set sail. They discovered Hayase. That's it, it's Hayase. There we go. I was trying to remember the name. It's Hayase. Hayase? That's right. Her name was Hayase. I can't believe it. I'd completely forgotten. But it just suddenly popped into my head. It was me. It was me, Yumeko. I did it. I don't know who did it. I don't know who I am. Not exactly, at least. Oh, so there was a mermaid who died like that, was there? There was. I finally remember. One of the mermaids who lived near Taishima 400 years ago was called Hayase. She was captured during an investigation of Taishima and died after being brutally tortured. This is the first time I've heard of mermaids living near Taishima. All right, your ancestor, Harukage Tsuchi Mikado, must have left them out of his records. The reason Taishima was invaded in the first place was to find those mermaids, you see. I see. So I was unaware of the exact reason for the invasion. It's understandable. A deliberate effort was made to not mention mermaids in any of the records left after that fact. I suppose hiding the map inside a mermaid mummy was intended to be a metaphor of sorts. I can't believe I forgot something so important. But if that curse stone is related to what happened on Taishima 400 years ago, it likely has some link to the curse of the raging waves as well. If we can view the memories contained within it, we might be able to learn more about the curse of the raging waves. Ah. I wonder. Could the keepsake Harukage left behind during the map... Could the keepsake Harukage left behind using the map that has been the cursed stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish? Yeah. I see. That's certainly a possibility. In that case, it's not unthinkable someone might have gotten a hold of it recently. And there's a high chance it was those two foreigners. All right, we've narrowed down our focus. It seems a change in priorities is needed. Let's find the cursed stone for the curse of the Forsaken Fish as soon as possible. That should be the most efficient course of action, I think. Agreed. We got things to do. Still, I can't help but wonder why I suddenly remember that mermaid's name out of nowhere. No, perhaps I should be wondering how I could have forgotten something so important in the first place. Music's very exciting. Someone around me? Where's my taxi? It's looking increasingly likely that that pair of foreigners has the cursed stone. Yes, we did just go to Ijika to see if we could find any leads on where they could have headed. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find anything promising. I wonder where they could have gone. We still don't know why they approached Miss Somikawa. Could they be after the mermaid's relic? If I'm not mistaken, that girl, Circe, did mention the relic. Were they looking to take it for themselves? But where would they have headed afterward? Kamishima! Kamishima. That's where they are. What? Kamishima? I thought we decided we weren't going there today. We failed to find any promising leads yesterday, after all. No, something tells me they went to Kamishima, and I get the feeling this is a hunch I shouldn't ignore. All right, let's head to the port in Toba City. We'll catch a ferry to Kamishima from there. Wow, wow, wow. That's fun. Look at us go. Okay, well, we can't move forward, apparently. We must finish with Arnav Barnum. Possessions. After arriving in Kamishima, Avi and Circe continue to ask around about mermaids, but this garners suspicion, and they find themselves unable to give any information. Interesting. 1980X, afternoon. Town clock. Well, so much for that. Even after everything we went through, we've got nothing to show for it. It's almost astounding how little we managed to learn, like some reverse miracle. Worse, I think rumors spread, and now everyone is avoiding us. This is a pickle. I can't even bring up mermaids without the islanders looking at me like some odd foreigner who's lost his marbles. And for some reason, mentioning Mari Minakuchi makes things even worse. Did people hate her or something? Just hearing her name makes them recoil with undisguised disgust. Yes, I noticed that too. Though your way of asking probably doesn't help much. Well, how about we take a break from investigating and go for a little sightseeing instead? Seems like there's a shrine and a lighthouse around here, so we might as well drop by. Count me in. To be honest, the way people are treating us has started to bum me out. Maybe heading to the lighthouse to unwind a bit wouldn't be such a bad idea. Let's go to the jetty. No, we must go to the jetty, and that's that. What? Don't scare me like that. Oh, wait. What? Don't scare me like that. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? The waves of my yearning soul keep crashing against my chest, insisting I seek out the shore. Right, sure. Usual then. Well then, off we go. Is she noticing something? I'm going to the jetty. Hello. Are we going to meet with the gang? Oh, looks like we got ourselves a spunky young lady here. Maybe we should have a word with her. All right, this could be our last chance. Let's give it our all. Excuse me, could we speak with you for a moment? Cersei, no! There's no way she'll want to talk to us if we're that forward. Oh no, she's in. Foreign visitors, how unusual. And your names are Avi and Cersei? Welcome to Kamishima. My name is Kikuko. I'm an Amadiver. Kikuko, the Amadiver. Such a pleasure to meet a charming young lady in a place like this. Charming young lady, you say? Oh my. Well, now you're allowed to ask me anything you'd like. We're flirting with future murderer. Ooh, she's feeling different. Who would have thought? Seems like just bluntly calling out to her was the best approach after all. The image of a polite and reserved Japan I've been holding on to for so long is starting to falter. She's the most approachable of all the people we've talked to by far. Maybe this time we'll actually learn something. It's a little sad to be this happy just because someone finally agreed to talk to us. I wonder who's to blame for that. What? You're saying it's my fault? Yes. Why did I feel that sudden urge to go to the jetty earlier? Thanks to that, we ended up running into Kikuko. Well, I'm gonna look at the surroundings. This jetty was built to break the waves, so fishing boats can come in and safely unload their catch. I suppose jet planes have nothing to do with it. No, not at all. The structure over by the distance is called a breakwater, built to keep the waves out. Seems like it's also a popular fishing spot. Yeah, girl, know your stuff. Is there anything to look at? Nope, there's just nothing to look at. Looks like we've made a solid first impression. She seems genuinely excited to talk to us. After all the lengths we went to, I refused to leave this place without at least a few answers. Yeah. What items do I have? Oh yeah. Mr. Ikoma's business card. I figured I might be able to use it later, so I held on to it. Can I just give it to her? Let's talk about Amadivers. So, you're an active Amadiver then. Are there many young divers these days? Not really. The younger generation doesn't really go for diving anymore. It just makes more sense to pursue higher education. I see. It's a real shame to see such long-standing traditions slowly fade away. Well, it is quite dangerous after all. Can't really blame them for choosing safer options. Just the other day, I heard 2 Amadivers went missing around Toba. Oh. Yeah, we feel that. Speaking of Amadivers... I heard Amadivers have a legend. If you go diving around here, there's a chance that Tomokazuki might emerge from the depths. Ah, Cersei, enough with the ghost stories. You sure know a lot, don't you? You're right, it's a well-known legend. Not that I've seen it with my own eyes or anything. Don't know anyone who has either. Talk to Kuza. Cersei. Maybe your Seimin and Domin symbols have kept you safe. Oh, those? I don't have any. I don't really go in for superstitions like that. Are you really okay without them? I think it's no more than an old tradition, meant to remind us not to forget our gratitude and respect towards the sea. All those old-fashioned rules and traditions, don't you think it's about time for a reform? But isn't free diving close to a Shinto ritual in spirit? Isn't showing reverence and offerings to the sea god crucial? Oh, you're pretty devout for a foreigner. I'm impressed. But you know, I believe it's exactly because of tedious customs like that young people are losing interest in diving. We should keep up with the times, otherwise there's no way this tradition will survive. Well now, that's very level-headed thinking. Maybe it's because I'm part of the so-called new generation. Some people don't like my attitude, but I get the job done. Okay. Some of the young divers go to high school on the mainland and then work as Amadivers when they return home. I guess there's also that guy who just started working as an Amadiver here. I saw him earlier. I didn't realize men could become Amadivers too. It's not like it's forbidden. It's pretty rare, though. This is the first time I've seen it happen. Interesting. Who is that guy? Who could it be? This may be a bit out of nowhere, but you don't happen to know anything about mermaids, do you? Huh? Mermaids? Oh, so you do know something. When you say mermaids, you mean mermaids, like the mythical creatures? Precisely, the very same. Rumor has it that this island houses some kind of secret connection to mermaids, but I haven't been able to ascertain whether it's true or not. So tell me, any mermaid secrets about? Are you saying you really came all the way out here to look for mermaids? More or less, so any information you may have would be a huge help. Sorry, I don't really have anything for you, but I do happen to have a little interested in mermaids myself. She happens to be a little interested in mermaids herself. Okay. Fantastic. Another fan entranced by the mysterious. Yes, they say that eating the flesh of a mermaid will grant you immortality, right? That's right. Could you perhaps be interested in immortality as well? I guess so. Not for myself, though. Oh? You would do it for someone else. So, you mentioned that this island has some sort of connection to mermaids. More than just a little interested, are you? Well, in fact, right here at Issei Bay, there used to be... blah, blah, blah. Wow, so mermaids used to live on this Taishima place? So you think there may still be some clues here in Kamishima that will lead you to the mermaids in Ryugu? Nail on the head and right on the button. Unfortunately, I can't say that I've heard any mermaid stories on this island before. A pity. Well, that's too bad. All right, actually, there's someone we're looking for on this island. Would you mind if we asked you about them? Sure, who is it? A woman named Marai Minakuchi. See, that's exactly how everyone else here has been reacting when we ask about her. No, it's just, I'm sorry, but that woman died in an accident at sea 5 years ago. Ah, yes, we are all aware that she had passed away. Huh? Then why do you ask? Did she leave anything behind, or was there perhaps someone who was close to her? Anything like that? Sorry, I've got no idea. Nobody on this island really knew her. Though her son has just returned to the island. Actually, the guy I was talking about earlier, the new Ama diver, that's her son. Her son, you say? Now it's getting interesting. We certainly like to meet him. Do you know where he is? Sorry, no idea. But he's got to be somewhere around the island. His name is Yuza Minakuchi. I'll give you his home address. You might find him there. Wow, thank you. This is invaluable information. Come to think of it, I completely forgot about the still-tide mirror that Ikoma told us to look for. Guess I'll just try my luck and ask. That's a fair point. All right, I just remembered. There's a particular mirror on this island that I was looking for. Do you happen to know anything about that? A mirror, you say? Well, you've come to the right woman. Oh, you know it? Luck's finally on our side. Could it be that you're talking about this? Ta-da! Goodness, that's the cutest mirror I've ever seen. This is the famous Kamishima souvenir, the Kamishimaru hand mirror. I had no idea it'd become so famous. No way. Could this be the still-tide mirror? Definitely not. Right. Oh, this isn't the one you're after. Ah, well, since you seem to have taken a liking to it, I'd still love to let you have it. Consider it a memento of our meeting today. What? Really? Lucky me. Decline it, you fool. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't need it after all. You sure? It's free, you know. Well, when you put it like that. I want to strongly decline. No, I'm sure. I absolutely decline. Okay, sure. If you feel that strongly about it, I won't press you. Anyway, what we're looking for is actually a bronze mirror All right, Abby. Bronze mirror? You mean the type you'd see in history books? Yeah, probably. Something like that. No, I can't say I know anything about that. Shame. I'm curious. I wonder if the right move is to decline it, but I also want to see what happens if I do have it. I'll check that out later if I see what the result of doing this is. Learning about Mare Minakuchi's son is huge. That alone was worth coming here for. It is. We can stop that raging waves shit. I've never heard anything about a bronze mirror on this island. Yeah, well, I don't think anyone has. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know why everyone is frantically dodging our questions about Mare Minakuchi, would you? Was she such a terrible person? It's something people don't really like to talk about. She didn't fit in much with the other islanders. No one knew much about her either. Why are you so interested in her anyway? Well, this is kind of a secret, but it seems that Mare Minakuchi had some sort of connection to the mermaids. Huh? You don't say. I see. So that's why. Oh, did you remember something? Not really. It's just that I always thought she was a little off. Almost as though she wasn't actually human. Huh. Learning about Mary... Yeah. She wasn't actually human. I don't know. So you're saying Mare might have not have been human after all? That she was actually a mermaid? Huh? No way. I was just joking. She was just kind of weird, sure, but a mermaid? That's a bit far-fetched, don't you think? Right. Well. Learning about Mare Minakuchi... Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. She's the most approachable of all the people who talk to. Yeah, okay. Is there someone behind me? What can I do here? Huh. Curse stone. Bearing the curse of the forsaken fish. Should I really be carrying this around? Yes. Tama Tebako, sacred treasure of the mermaids. I haven't had the courage to open it yet. Huh? Is that the Tama Tebako? What? Sorry, I just happened to notice. And judging by your reaction, I'd say I'm right. Damn it, I didn't think it'd be that noticeable. A glimpse alone shouldn't have given away that it was the Tama Tebako. My initial guess was just a bluff, but Avi's reaction confirmed it. Cersei, I'm sorry. Oh, she's back to evil mode. Her whole demeanor shifted the instant she realized I had the Tama Tebako. Dang it, could she be after it too? I've got a bad feeling about the way she's looking at us now. Yeah. Cersei is on high alert. The supernatural may be involved here. Be careful. Of course. Yeah. What on earth? It feels like they are completely shifted. Even the waves look heavy with tension. Okay. Got that going on. Kikuko, why are they interested in Tama Tebako? It's some kind of ancient mermaid treasure, right? My, you're well informed. Would you be willing to hand it over to me? I'll make sure it's worth your while. Huh? You see, I know someone who's ridiculously rich and in search of eternal life. They're willing to pay a small fortune for that thing. They'll offer the kind of money you'd probably only get to see once in a lifetime. So what'd you say? Whoa, slow down. Avi? Much more than some third-rate writer like yourself could earn in a lifetime. I do know what you could possibly need the Tama Tebako for anyway. But wouldn't you like to move up in the world? How do you know I'm a writer? I believe I understand your offer, Kikuko. But my answer is no. Not a chance, no way, no how. It's never been about money. It's about the thrill, the adventure. Adventure? Exactly. Embarking on a journey to unravel the secret of the mermaid's immortality? What better adventure could a man ask for? You may call me a romantic, and that's what I am. An adventurer at heart. My man, you've totally lost me. You're throwing this chance away for some childish adventure? Hell yeah. You wouldn't understand. I'd put my life on the line to find a mermaid. I'm not handing the box over. I see. Seems like there's no reasoning with you. Ugh, it'd be so much easier if you had it. Huh? Why'd you have to refuse the mirror? This would have been so much easier. Huh? Oh, the mirror? I don't know. Just felt like the right thing to do. Why'd you ask? Are things not going as planned? Ugh. Not sure what's going on, but I feel like we might just narrowly escape danger. Sounds like if we had that mirror on us, she would have been able to steal the Tama Tobacco. I'd like to get more information out of her, but it seems as though she's plotting something. All right, lady, you wanted to kill me? Girl? Avi, focus. I need you to listen to me, but without taking your eyes off Kikuko. Huh? Got it. I'm pretty sure she has a cursed stone. What? What's this all about? I couldn't tell right away, because it was masked by the heavy veil of cursed energy that's all over this island, but on closer inspection, the cursed stone's aura is impossible to conceal. Huh? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. What if the condition to activate her cursed stone was holding on to one of those mirrors? Then we can relax, right? The condition isn't met. Well, only if the mirror was all there was to it. As long as we don't know for sure what the condition is, we need to stay on high alert. There's no doubt about it. Kikuko wants to take the Tame Tobacco from us. But even so, the Tame Tobacco won't grant immortality with the flesh of a mermaid. If she has any other information about mermaids, we need it. Okay. Let's talk about the Tame Tobacco. So, why don't you enlighten us? Who told you about the Tame Tobacco? Who knows? Think you'll get it out of me with that attitude? She still hasn't given up on the Tame Tobacco. So she's still after it, and she'll backstab me the moment I turn around. Hey, Kikuko, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Yeah? Ta-da! What are the odds? Turns out we both got cursed stones. This one's called the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. When its conditions are met, it transforms you into a fish and kills you. Pretty messed up, huh? What? Avi, are you sure? You were planning to use your cursed stone on us to steal the Tame Tobacco, weren't you? But your cursed stone requires us to have one of those hand mirrors, am I right? On the other hand, I can use my curse on you whenever I so please. You're bluffing. Your cursed stone must have had a condition too. Yeah? Who's to say it hasn't already been met? Now cease your scheming and tell us what you know. Hell yeah. My boy Avi kicking fucking ass. Yeah, if I were to turn around, I assume she'd put a mirror in my pocket or something. All right. So, why don't you enlighten us? Who told you about the Tame Tobacco? Okay, fine. All right. We'll talk about the cursed stone. Do you really have the resolve to kill someone with a cursed stone? Well, I'm not exactly keen on it, but I am prepared to defend my life if necessary. And I've already killed. Really, I wasn't expecting that from such a kind gentleman. Oh, I don't know why I speak British there. You look like you wouldn't hurt a fly. Indeed, my heart is pure, but trust me, I'm quite capable. Experience has hardened my resolve. You're saying you've actually used it before? At this point, what difference does one more death to the tally make? My hands are already stained. Damn, so you're a proper criminal. Maybe I should report you to the cops. Be my guest. I wonder which is faster, my curse or your phone call. Ugh. What about your lady friend? Well, are you okay with this? I'm afraid there's no restraining, Avi. I'm pretty sure I've pretty much given up on him at this point. So it would be great if he could just give up and hand over the cursed stone. What the fuck is this? You guys are absolutely insane. Oh, come on now. I think we can agree that we both have our issues. Good, we're at a stalemate. Now I can try to extract some more information out of her. Good job, Cersei. Making her believe I've lost it. Very convincing. Actually, maybe a little too convincing? Does she really think I'm that crazy? Whatever, I've got more important things to focus on right now. That was great. Well, Grant. What did he say? There's no doubt about it. Kikuko wants to take the Tama Tobacco from us, but even so, the Tama Tobacco won't grant immortality with the flesh of a mermaid. If she has any other information about mermaids, we need it. All right, look. Seems like you're just as dead set on the Tama Tobacco as I am. This standoff won't get us anywhere. Why don't you just tell us your motivation? Maybe we'll be able to find a compromise. Compromise? Say, for example, if granting your wish were to stir the spirit of adventure within me, I cannot hand over the Tame Tobacco, but perhaps I'd be willing to let you borrow its power of immortality. I've got no romantic tale for you. I told you, I just want to get the rich person what he's looking for so he can see how important I am to him. That's all there is to it. Oh, important, you say. How is that? Because I am his illegitimate child. Oh. Oof. But he simply refuses to admit it. Whatever I do, he won't acknowledge my existence. I mean, just look at me. I must be a disgrace in his eyes. But a woman like me shouldn't be wasting her life away on some backwater island. I was born of noble blood. I wasn't meant to rot in this miserable place. Yet he cast me aside and refuses to let me even acknowledge my existence. It's humiliating. So your father's some rich man? Yeah, there's hardly anyone in Iseshima who doesn't know the name Yoshiatsu Yamashina. It's a noble bloodline stretching far back centuries, and here I am stuck in this wretched life. Yamashina, eh? I've done everything in my power to earn his recognition. I gave it my all to make it in the big city, and for what? Nothing. Nothing I tried worked out. In the end, I had to come crawling back to this island trying to make ends meet as an ama diver. But still, I kept telling myself that someday, somehow... I see. So you figured that since Yamashina is seeking immortality, you could leverage the box to get what you want at the same time. Yeah, I used to work at this small company. The young CEO of the place is basically Yamashina's protege. Guess he felt sorry for me, so he let it slip that Yamashina was after immortality. Interesting. And was he the one who told you about the cursed stone and the Tame Tobacco as well? Yeah. Since even Yamashina doesn't know about this, he suggested I use it to my advantage and take the credit. He gave me the cursed stone and told me to use it wisely. Wait a second. Yamashina's protege had to... No way. That's so funny. Yeah, because Yamashina... Yeah. Like... He doesn't believe in that curse shit, but even his protege's into it. Originally, I'd planned offering something different to Yamashina, but now that I've got a chance for the Tama Tobacco, that's my best option. Oh, how intriguing. So you wanted to trade the Tama Tobacco for Yamashina's recognition. That's right, see? I knew we were never going to find a compromise. True. It's a compelling story, but it's missing a certain adventurous allure. The company president you mentioned, how come he knew about the Tame Tobacco and the cursed stone? Just who exactly is he? I was wondering the same thing. Of course you were. He's an incredible person, after all. Mr. Kippei Ikoma is an amazing man. It's thanks to him I got a chance to make my dream come true. Oh. Did you just say Ikoma? Now we're cooking. There's no doubt about it. Hikuko wants to take Tame Tabako from us. But even so, yeah. Okay. You must already know that the Tame Tabako alone does not grant immortality. You also need the flesh of a mermaid. You wouldn't happen to know where to find that, would you? Tough luck. I heard that Yamashina's already got his hands on some. Come again? Rumor has it he came across a mermaid's dead body somewhere out at sea. That's why I needed that Tame Tabako. If I gave that to him, he'd have no choice but to finally recognize my worth. Rather than a mermaid, could it be her? Yeah, it's probably our girl. Yeah, okay. So what kind of curse do you possess? Do you know? Don't care. Oh, come on, not even a hint. We, on the other hand, have laid pretty much all our cards on the table already. Huh? What are you talking about? Who would do such a reckless thing? Talk about Ikoma. Hipe Ikoma, you say, from Sala Planning? Huh, you know Mr. Ikoma? Indeed, just met him the other day. In fact, I even got his business card. Huh, you have Mr. Ikoma's business card. Wait, then that business card you took out earlier was his? That's right. Want to see it? No, it's fine. You hold on to that. If you say so. Oh, no. I shouldn't have taken it out. Huh? What? A cursed echo? Yikes, did we mess up? Placas Asteri, guide his path, and with thy merciful hand, protect him. Why? You have Mr. Ikoma's business card. The conditions should have been met, so why? Yikes, I thought I was done for. You were. I'm sorry, all I can do is delay the curse. I can't dispel it. It's going to take effect in about 1 minute, so you need to do something before then. Huh? Like what? The curse is dispelled by eliminating its caster. What comes next is up to you. What? Eliminate? Why do I have to keep doing this? Alright. Ah, damn it, I refuse to die here. Ah, what the heck is wrong with you? Ah! She fell into the water. It's now or never. Ah! That's a good time. I didn't really want to do that, but she left me no choice. I retrieved the cursed stone from the ocean. Are you alright, Avi? Well, I barely made it out alive, but I can't say I feel particularly good about it. So it had to come to this. No turning back now, it seems. This is what happens when you deal with curses. They might turn back on you at any moment. You should be prepared for that. Understood. So what about the cursed stone? What's it like? Yeah, about that. Huh? A bronze mirror? That's right, palm-sized bronze hand mirror. Wait, don't tell me the steel-tied mirror was actually a cursed stone all along. The cursed stone's resentful memory doesn't seem to indicate anything like that. So this cursed stone had a resentful memory too, eh? What did you learn? There's so much information, it's hard to make sense of it. Here, take a look for yourself. Don't just toss it like that. It's a cursed stone, not a baseball. So you're not going to look? Of course I am. Let's see. Whoa, so this is the real deal. Oh, a mermaid. There's a mermaid on it. All right. Oh my god, there's so much to read. Okay, I'm gonna get to this. All right, biography of Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige's early life. Taira no Tomoshige was born as the son of Taira no Kiyomori's younger brother, Yorimori, in the latter half of the Heian period at the height of the Taira clan's power. Although his father Yorimori was the only child born of the official wife of Taira no Tadamori, part of the main lineage of the Taira clan, He maintained a deferential attitude towards Kiyomori, a stance that made Tomoshige regard him with contempt and fueled his ambition to one day stand at the head of the Taira clan. Sato, the girl from Kusawa village. At around the same time, Sato was living a simple life in Kusawa village, the place of her birth. One day, she happened to encounter a visiting onmyoji and was offered the chance to work at the bureau of onmyo in Kyoto. Sato readily accepted, having always felt out of place in the village due to her faint spirit sense, and left Kusawa to work in the bureau of onmyo as a maidservant. Interesting. At the end of a certain year, Taira no Kiyomori's daughter, Noriko, gave birth to the imperial prince. Although Tomoshige visited the palace with his father to celebrate the birth, he soon grew bored with the proceedings and left, only to encounter Sato, who was attending to odd jobs nearby. Tomoshige was intrigued by Sato, who made no attempts to curry favor with him and whose thoughts he found difficult to read, and he frequently visited her from then on. Ooh. Not yet having an official wife, it was not uncommon for Tomoshige to spend his time on dalliances with women, with Sato being the latest among them. However, as their interactions continued, he found himself becoming particularly drawn to her. He eventually had a pair of bronze hand mirrors made and gifted one to her, telling her to carry it with her at all times as a sign of their vow to each other. The fall of the Taira clan. In 1185, the Taira clan was defeated at the Battle of Onoura, spelling its ruin. Tomoshige, who had fled from place to place, as if to desperately avert his eyes from the Taira clan's decline, ultimately did not participate in the decisive battle at Onoura, and came to know of the Taira clan's downfall while he was lying low in a remote village in Ise with Sato. Although initially terrified of being hunted down by soldiers of the Minamoto clan, Tomoshige regained his senses upon seeing Sato's unbroken composure. Now believing that it lay with him to restore the Taira clan as one of its sole survivors, he swore an oath to his fallen clan that he would see it rise again one day. Tomoshige's resolve. With survivors of the Taira clan being hunted down across the country, Tomoshige continued to search for a way to turn the situation to his advantage. In the process, he suddenly remembered a box that his grandfather Tadamori had left the family, a tamatebako, preferred by a fisherman that was said to contain the flesh of a mermaid. Although Tadamori had refused to accept it, a member of the clan had secretly hidden it in a storehouse back in their homeland. It was said that eating mermaid's flesh would grant eternal life to whoever ate it. However, legend also had it that the meat was highly poisonous, even with a small bite being fatal. No one had wanted to eat it as a result, and it had ended up forgotten as the years went by. Gross. Believing that dying due to poison would hardly be any different from their fate if they were caught and killed, Tomoshige located the tamatebako and pried open the lid. However, all that was inside was a dried sliver of meat, so shriveled as to resemble a splint of wood. Dubious, Tomoshige pushed his misgivings aside and ate the meat, but felt no different than before. Believing that long years had robbed the meat of its power, and seeing the tamatebako as his only clue to find a mermaid, he boarded a small boat with Sato and set out to sea. Encounter with a mermaid. Believing that a mermaid would surely come to reclaim the tamatebako if it was truly linked to them in some way, Tomoshige continued to row the small boat into the sea of Ise. At the time, he was clad from head to toe in armor of a warrior, and had with him the famed sword Nukemaru, a heirloom that he had seized from his father Yorimori, whom he had scorned as a disgrace to their clan. Sato, meanwhile, wore only a light kimono. After they had rowed for a while, a sudden mist descended over the sea around them, obscuring their surroundings. As Tomoshige and Sato looked around fearfully, they heard a small splash. Turning to look, the two gasped as they saw what appeared to be a human hand reach up from the water before grabbing onto the boat's edge. In a rush of water, A being with human features from the waist up and fish-like features from the waist down emerged from the sea. A mermaid. Damn. Climbing into the boat, the mermaid screamed for them to give back the box before suddenly lunging at them. Too stunned to think clearly, Tomoshige drew his sword and slashed at the mermaid. There was a dull sound of a blade slicing through flesh, and the mermaid let out a piercing cry before diving back into the water and fleeing the area. Still trying to process the sudden turn of events, Tomoshige glanced down and caught a sight of a small piece of the mermaid's tail, apparently severed by his previous blow, lying in a pool of blood. He picked it up, only to find that it continued to twitch even as he held it. Oh. Finding himself too disgusted to try and eat it immediately, he decided to stow it in the tamatabako for the present. Eventually, after some hesitation, he forced Sato to eat it despite her protests. They waited a while, but no change seemed to come over her. Tomoshige's death. Thinking that the amount of mermaid flesh simply hadn't been enough, Tomoshige made to pursue the mermaid. But as he did so, he noticed the mist around them had cleared. As the two looked around, they realized their small boat was surrounded by ships belonging to a band hunting down remnants of the Taira clan. Alarmed, they tried to flee, but with their attackers pressing in on them from all sides, were unable to find any means of escape. Amidst the chaos, Sato was struck in the head by an arrow and fell into the sea. Tomoshige, still determined to retaliate, continued to frantically resist with his sword. However, he was vastly outnumbered and was unable to break through his attacker's ranks, was ultimately cut down in a single stroke. And unable to break through his attacker's ranks, was ultimately cut down in a single stroke. On the brink of death, Tomoshige's gaze fell on the crests worn by his pursuers. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. Consumed by bitter regret at his failure to restore his clan, he directed the full brunt of his resentment towards these symbols as he sank beneath the waves, cursing his enemies and clinging to his vindictive hatred until the very end. Cool, Tomoshige. That's pretty cool. Curse of Tomoshige. A curse born from Taira Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment when he was struck down 800 years ago following the fall of the Taira clan. Part of the clan's main lineage, Tomoshige had been seeking mermaid flesh in a bid to attain immortality with the goal of eventually reviving the Taira clan, but was killed before realizing his dream. The curse uses a specific symbol as its target and kills those who carry that symbol within the area specified by the user by cleaving them in two. Its effective range is several hundred meters. Alright, interesting. That was terrible. So, this is the curse of the Taira no Tomoshige that grew over 800 long years. Taira no Tomoshige? Never heard of him. He wasn't exactly what you'd call historically important figure, even within the Heike. Seems that he sought out the mermaid's power of immortality to restore the Heike, but his pursuit ended in failure. That resentment, it must have dwelled within Tomoshige's bronze mirror, eventually turning it into a curse stone. Most likely. Then, the symbol on the hand mirror and the business card were the true curse target. Ah. So, that's what it was. If only we'd realized it sooner. Well, what's done is done. Don't be too hard on yourself. Kikuko mentioned she got her curse stone from Ikoma, right? Exactly. To think that slippery snake was sneaky enough to put the curse markers on his own business cards. That Ikoma guy is seriously dangerous. That was way too close. A good thing we were cautious, especially since it seems he's after the Tamatebako too. Yeah, seems like working without him turned out to be the right call. Although he may grow suspicious if he can't contact Kikiko anymore. Considering he's after the Tamatebako, there's a chance he might still chase after us. We need to keep our guard up. I think it's safe to assume he already knows about Miss Somakawa and the Tamatebako. I do wonder why he told us to go look for the still-tied mirror, too. Well, it's not this mirror, and we've got no reason to follow his orders anyway. I'd rather try and find out more about the mermaid as soon as possible. You're right. We didn't learn anything from Kikoko. Looks like we got no choice but to continue our investigation of the island. Shall we? Oof. That was stressful. Could you hold on for a moment? Huh? Someone's there. Ah! Ah! Ew. That's exciting. All right. Well, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for joining me on this one. We're going to have a clash of funny pairs. We're going to see how this goes. Also, I just wanted to say that, like, I'm trying to wonder, like, is Tomoshige alive, though? Because, like, wait, Kikuko? Oh, my God. There's so much stuff all of a sudden. Well, maybe it's drifting job to job. What to do? President of the company he's working for. Oh, yeah, that's true. Seems like she's, holy shit. Okay, I think this last part is new. Fueled by her ambitions and exhilarated by the sense that she had become the star of one of the spy movies that had been so popular in her childhood, Kikuko's mind was set. She no longer cared if people died or her hometown was destroyed, as long as it meant she could fulfill her goals. Damn. Girl. Didn't have to be like that. But yeah. Thanks for joining me, and we're gonna figure stuff out for next time. Bye.